So, in the middle of working on my worst and best of the year list videos, I'm virtually done writing those, by the way. We'll get into that in a minute. But I wanted to see a new release just to put something out there because I knew that was going to take some time, especially after the Roundup review took some time. But I did go and see Night Swim for two reasons. That was the first. The second was I was kind of intrigued by Night Swim when I first saw the trailer. It said produced by James Wan, and I tend to like his style of horror. And it seemed like such a ridiculous premise that I don't know. I kind of like trashy horror movies with just insane premises because they're fun to watch, especially with friends. And I don't know. I had a gift card. It all really worked out perfectly. And we are starting off 2024 with one of the worst January movies I have ever seen, but in the best way. So let's talk about Night Swim. It is one of the it's so uniquely bad in so many different aspects that it's kind of hard to describe to someone. Uh, it stars the guy from the Falcon and Winter Soldier, the fake new Captain America guy, and the mom from Better Call Saul, Mike's daughter-in-law. So they play two parents, and one of them is a baseball player who just recently injured, and they move into a new home where a bunch of people disappeared into the pool, and there's an evil pool, and yada yada yada. I don't want to get into spoiler territory at all, but yeah, that's the basic premise of the movie. And I wanted to bring that up. I don't normally do that, but for them to lean so hard on the baseball aspect of the film is really what sets it apart from other schlocky January horror releases. So you have stuff like what came out last year. I don't know. You have stuff like Escape Room from 2019 that was just boring and made bad decisions and kind of gave me nothing to talk about. Or can't think of any other examples off of my head. But Insidious: The Last Key. I didn't end up reviewing that, but that was another January movie, horror film that was painful to sit through because of how incompetent it felt. But with Night Swim, that is there too. Like it is aggressively in your face bad filmmaking from every way you can look at it, but it is so bizarre the way they took the story, the direction of the story in this film. It's so strange and so specifically awful that I very much am wondering how we came to this conclusion from this premise, I guess. Because the premise, again, is already kind of a bad one. Like a haunted swimming pool, that's going to be very, very hard to play straight. But the fact that James Wan was involved had me very intrigued because of *Malignant*. And that movie also has kind of a bad premise that is so very good and schlocky and campy and kind of funny. It was a very unique movie, but in a good way, and that's felt here, but in just the opposite direction. Like wow, they whiffed on on a lot of things in this movie. One thing I will mention, it has interesting lore behind what the pool is and why it's doing what it's doing. I'm not going to say I'm not going to go into detail about that is specifically, but that was kind of interesting, and that was in maybe 3 minutes of the movie, where you got the backstory of that. And the rest of the movie is incredibly inept acting from both leads who have shown talent in the past. The mom, I don't remember either of their names, but the mom's work on Better Call Saul is very good. She is very good in that show, and the dad has been good in Overlord. I liked him in that movie. So what happened here? I don't know. But it seemed like they were improvising all of their lines, especially the father. The father's performance was so unaware and so unpracticed and so amateurish that I swear he was making the lines up on the spot because there's no way somebody wrote that down. There's no way that his weird rambling in every scene um, was put into a script because I like no who in their right mind would think that was a good idea. I just wow with a lot of his lines and his line delivery and how much just effort he's putting in is like laughably bad. So yeah, wow. Um, I mean, outside of that, there's not a lot to mention. It's it's just like, why did we come to this conclusion? Why did Night Swim get made? How did somebody watch this movie in a studio and be like, yes, let's put this product out. This is a solid product. We should you know pass over all other horror movie ideas. Need to stop, and we need to make Night Swim. I man. Night Swim's going to get a D minus because I had a lot of ironic enjoyment from it. I it's not like something like Shazam 2 where it's like the literal bane of my existence and I never want to think about it again, but it's pretty bad. It's impressively bad. This movie is like just the best worst movie. It's the best movie at being terrible, which I don't know. That's got to count for something, right? You can at least respect that out of from Night Swim. So yeah, that's my review for Night Swim. Not a very good movie, but definitely worth checking out. I would actually recommend you all go see this movie with friends in a movie theater. It'll be a great time. Other than that, my worst of the year list will be coming to you guys first. I'm going to be trying to film that tomorrow, probably. And then Cam and I have to get together to film our best of the year list and how we're going to structure that. So that'll be coming in the near future. Also, the Book of Clarence looks pretty interesting, and that's coming out on Friday. If I can get to a movie theater and see that, then I'll get that review to you guys. And then I'm going back to college on the 15th. So there will be maybe a little lull of content from then. But other than that, it'll be normal, regular schedule. So other than that, I'll see you guys later.